Let's get her going, boys. Let's get her done, boys. All right. Book of Exodus. Energy diffuser, chat. Not a vape. Or weed. All right. Now, these are the names of the children of Israel. All right. So I'm guessing Jacob is lost. Now we're just going to be calling everything that Jacob was. I'm guessing now this is like, you know, he truly becomes Israel. Never mind. I see Jacob right here. Never mind. All right. Now these are the names of the children of Israel who came to Egypt. Right? Remember everybody came to Egypt to see Joshua and stuff like his name Joshua? Joseph. Oh my gosh. Whatever. To see Joseph and stuff like that, whatever. All right. Now these are the names of the children of Israel who came to Egypt. Each man in his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. All those who were descendants of Jacob were 70 persons. All right? For Joseph was in Egypt already. This is 400 years later? Sheesh. Dang, this is 400 years later? After? Okay, bet. Who told you that? Let me read. And Joseph died. Bruh. Like, why do you always do this? Why does the word always do this? Like, bro, we was just starting to get the hang of Joseph. A little bit. Oh, wait, Joseph died in the last chapter. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, shoot. Joseph dwelt in Egypt, and he had his father's household, and Joseph lived 110 years. Oh, yeah, never mind. He been gone. He was gone last chapter. All right, my bad. I'm tripping. So Joseph died being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. Right. And Joseph died, all his brothers, and all that generation. So everybody is already dead now, chat. Joseph dead, all his brothers is dead, everybody's dead. Jacob's dead, Israel's dead, same person, whatever. They all gone. But the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, multiplied and grew exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them. Now there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, look, the people of the children of Israel are more than and mightier than we. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply and it happen in the event of war that they also join our enemies and fight against us. So go up out of the land. Therefore they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh's supply. They built for Pharaoh's supply cities, Pithom and Ramses. All right. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were in dread of the children of Israel. So basically, they have another ruler. Since Joseph died, now it's another king or whatever ruling, and they don't like the fact that the Israelites are still staying in Egypt and stuff like that, and they're already powerful. They've already multiplied. They all have families now, I'm guessing. So now he's like, yo, let's go ahead and get these people out of here just in case. You know what I'm saying? They get angry and they get bitter about us. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So the Egyptians made the children of Israel serve with rigor. What is rigor, chat? Serve with rigor? What is rigor? Let's see. Rigor medicine. A sudden feeling of cold with shivering accompanied by a rise in temperature. All right. So the Egyptians made the children of Israel serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service in which they made them serve was with rigor. All right, chat, hold on. My brain going a million miles per second right now. I gotta slow down and relax. All right. Then the king of Egypt spoke to the Hebrew midwives, of whom the name of one was Sifrath, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when you do the duties of a midwife for the Hebrew woman and see them on the birth stools, if it is a son, then you shall kill him. But if it's a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God and did not do as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the male children alive. So the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said to them, why have you done this thing and saved the male children alive? And the midwives said to Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, for they are lively and give birth before the midwives come to them. All right. Therefore, God dealt well. Oh my gosh. Therefore, God dwelt. Chad, bruh, hold on. Therefore, God dwelt with. Oh my gosh, bro. Therefore, God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very mighty. And so it was, because the midwives feared God, that he provided households for them. So Pharaoh commanded all his people, saying, every son who is born you shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive. All right. And a man of the house of Levi went and took bruh. Oh, it means cruelty, harshness, ruthless oppression. Heard. Thank you. All right, chat. Hold on. And a man of the house of Levi went and took as wife a daughter of Levi. So the woman conceived and bore a son. And when she saw that he was a beautiful child, she hid him 3 months. But when she could no longer hide him, she took an ark of bulrushes for him, daubed it with asphalt and pitch, put the child in it, and laid in it in the reeds by the river's bank. And his sister stood afar off to know what would be done to him. Then the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, and her maidens walked along the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the reeds, she sent her maid to get it. And when she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. Bro, am I losing my mind, bro? Why am I reading like this? Jesus Christ. Why am I reading like I don't know how to read? I swear I know how to read, chat. I promise I do, bro. I think I had too much of this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's low-key blowing my brain away. Y'all even know what's happening right now, chat? So basically, all the males that were supposed to be born by the Hebrew women, the Pharaoh said, I want all of them to die, basically, right? And the Pharaoh woman, the Hebrew woman said, no, that's not how we do this stuff. We fear God, so I'm not gonna just go ahead and kill all my sons and save my daughters for you. No, it's not gonna happen, right? So a baby was born in the house of Levi, right? So she tried to hide him for 3 months, right? And when she could no longer hide him, she took an ark of bulrushes for him, daubed it with asphalt and pitch, put the child in it, and laid it in the reeds by the river's bank. And his sister stood afar off to know what would be done to him, thinking that they've just finna kill him. You know what I'm saying? And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, and her maidens walked alongside the river. And when she saw the ark among the reeds, she sent her maid to get it. And when she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. So she had compassion on him and said, this is one of the Hebrews' children, right? So she basically got scared and put him in a basket and tried to go put him by the river. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I think he said that they were supposed to every son. So Pharaoh commanded all his people, saying, every son who is born you shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive. Okay, so she's basically tried to hide him for 3 months, and then when he found him, she had no other choice but to put him in a basket and cast him into the river, right? But she didn't end up casting him into the river because the daughter of the Pharaoh came down and saw the baby, was crying and stuff like that. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." So the maiden went and called the child's mother. Then Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." So the woman took the child and nursed him, and the child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. So she called his name Moses, saying, "Because I drew him out of the water." So basically, the Pharaoh's daughter came down to the river, saw that the baby was in the river, right? She told the maid, "Go grab him. Go grab that, see what that is." Brought it to the thing. She opened it, and it was a baby, right? So since it was a baby, then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew woman?" So basically from the mom, "that she may nurse the child for you?" Since Pharaoh said, no children, no male children shall be alive, they should cast them into the thing, right? Whatever the case may be. And the Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." So the maiden went and called the child's mother. Then Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." So the woman took the child and nursed him, and the child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. So she called his name Moses, saying, "Because I drew him out of the water." All right. Now it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, that he went out to his brethren and looked at their burdens. And he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his brethren. So he looked this way, he looked this way and that way, and when he saw no one, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Dang! That's P right there. I ain't gonna lie. Dang, Moses, that's like that. I bet. So Moses ain't having none of that. That's what we saying, huh? Moses ain't having none of that, huh? Moses came down and he grew up, whatever the case may be, and he saw that one of these Egyptians was beating up a Hebrew, and it was one of his brothers. So he said, "Okay, bad. You want to go ahead and beat up my brother? Bad, watch this." So he looked this way and that way, make sure nobody was around, and he killed him. And then he hid him in the sand. Okay, bad. Okay, bad. All right, so Moses he got one body so far, Chad. He's a murderer already. All right, we're only in chapter 2. He already killed somebody that was beating up his brother. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? It is what it is. That's kind of crazy. Because one of the 10 commandments is, "Thou shalt not kill." It's crazy, bro. And Moses already done killed. So, well, it is what it is. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 Hebrew men were fighting. And he said to the one who did the wrong, "Why are you striking your companion?" Then he said, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us?" Then he said, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you intend to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" So Moses feared and said, "Surely this thing is known." So I guess the Hebrews already know that Moses done killed the man. So now he said, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you intend to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" So Moses feared and said, "Surely this thing is known." Okay, bad. When Pharaoh heard of this matter, he sought to kill Moses, but Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and they filled the troughs to water their father's flock. Then the shepherds came down and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. When they came to Reuel, their father, he said, "How is it that you have come so soon today?" And they said, "An Egyptian delivered us from the hand of the shepherds, and he also drew enough water for us and watered the flock." So he said to his daughters, "And where is he? Why is it that you have left the man? Call him that he may eat bread." Then Moses was content to live with the man, and he gave Zipporah, his daughter, to Moses. All right, now where is this at again? Midian? All right, so now Moses is dating or marrying, maybe, possibly, a Midian woman. Okay, bet. Then Moses was content to, okay, and he gave his daughter Zipporah to Moses, and she bore him a son, and he called his son's name, and no wait, he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a foreign land. Now it happened in the process of time that the king of Egypt died. Then the children of Israel groaned because of the bondage, and they cried out, and their cry came up to God because of the bondage. So God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God acknowledged them. See, bro, one thing about God is he gonna come down when you sad, man. He gonna make sure you're not alone when you sad, man. So whenever you're going through something, chat, and you feeling frustrated, you feeling stressed, you sad, go ahead and cry, bro. Go ahead and cry, bro. Because God, I feel like God is more like, he's a father at the end of the day, and he don't want to see his babies crying. All right, so he came. God looked upon the children of Israel, and God acknowledged them because he remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. All right, so it's some things that God must do, chat. It's some things that God must do, right? It's some things that God must do for his people. So he acknowledged them. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the back of the desert and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of a bush. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Then Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush does not burn. So when the Lord saw that he turned aside to look, God called to him from the midst of the bushes and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. Then he said, Do not draw near this place. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place where you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face. Who is Moses' mom? If Moses, I am the God of your father. So who's his mom? Because they never even. And a man of the house of Levi went and took as wife of daughter. Why? Oh, his dad is Levi. Heard. And a man of the house of Levi went and took as wife a daughter of Levi. So the woman conceived and bore a son. Oh, daughter of Levi. That's his mom. So we don't. Her mother was Exodus, I believe. Her mother. Who was her mother? Her mother? We ain't talking about what? Her? We're talking about Moses. Hold on. Shiphrah, and the name of the other was Puah. And he said, when you do the duties of a midwife for the Hebrew women and see them on the birth stools, if it is a son, then you shall kill him. But if it is a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God and did not do as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the male children alive. So the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said to them, why have you done this thing and saved the male children alive? And the midwives said to Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, for they are lively and give birth before the midwives come to them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very mighty. And so it was, because the midwives feared God, that he provided households for them. So Pharaoh commanded all his people, saying, every son who is born you shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive. and a man of the house of Levi. Now, Levi is Levi's Joseph's son? Levi is Joseph's son, right? Levi, Simeon, right. Reuben, okay. Levi is of the 13th. Of Jacob's son, 12. So Levi is Jacob's son, Israel's son. Right? Levi is Joseph's brother. Right? Levi, Reuben, Simeon. All right. And a man of the house of Levi went and, okay, and a man of the house of Levi went and took a wife, a daughter of Levi. Took as wife a daughter of Levi. Okay. And a man of the house of Levi went and took as wife a daughter of Levi. So one of Levi's kids. So the woman conceived and bore a son. Okay, so one of Levi's kids is the mother of Moses. But they never say her name. They just know that she's a Hebrew woman. And she gave her son to the Egyptians to be raised. Got it. All right, cool. Do not draw near this. All right, we back at Exodus chapter 3, verse 6. And it says, moreover, he said, I am the God of your father. His father. Who was his father? His father was one of Levi's kids. No. Who was his father? His father is a man of the house of Levi. But that's not telling me that's a man of the house of Levi. Joshbed is his mother. Well, I ain't figured that out yet. So we don't know who his mother is. And they not telling me who his dad is. Well, we don't know the name of his mother. One of Levi's son. Amram. What are y'all saying? Right, I get it. Okay, but when they say Moses is born, it says, and a man of the house of Levi. Does that mean that doesn't mean that that's one of Levi's kids? Abraham is not the dad of Moses, though. He's like the great granddad. Is in Levi's bloodline. Right, okay. So when they say in a man of the house of Levi, that means as one of Levi's descendants, right? So that just basically means the son of Levi. That's what they're saying. Hey, critical, I don't know what you saying to me, but you ain't even speaking correctly. You said Amram is Moses' rather. Who's Amram? No, I know it's not. I know when God says, I am the father, I am the God of your father. I'm just trying to see who's his actual dad. Like the name of his actual dad. You know what I'm saying? Because Abraham's dead. Israel's dead. Joseph's dead. I'm just trying to see if they ever said the name of his actual father. And they have not yet. They just said a man of the house of Levi went and took as wife a daughter of Levi. So the woman conceived and she bore a son. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Kohath? I ain't heard no Kohath yet. Did I see Kohath? Let me see. I haven't learned that yet, chat. Y'all telling me stuff that y'all probably know because y'all read the book, but we ain't get there yet. All right? I ain't get there yet. Listen. I'm not asking what's Moses' dad's name. I'm just trying to see if they ever said it. And they have not said it yet. That's all I'm trying to see. All right? That's all I'm trying to see. They haven't said his name yet. And they haven't said the name of his mother yet. I know God is the God of Abraham, Israel, and Isaac. I know that already. I know that. And Moses is the descendant. I know that. That's not what I'm asking. Okay? I'm just listen. Listen, Linda. Listen. I understand that. Okay, Amram, but they haven't said that yet. I'm just saying, I was just looking back to what I read to see if I missed the name of his dad. And I haven't, because they haven't said it yet. That's all I'm saying. All right? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that they have not said his name yet or his mother's name yet. So I was just seeing if I go back, if I missed something, and I haven't missed nothing. All right? Cool. Cool. All right? I'm going to keep reading, chat. It's in Exodus 6. That's what I'm saying. I ain't get there yet. I'm just trying to see if I missed anything. Because sometimes when I read the Bible, like sometimes when I read, it only comes out as words sometimes. So sometimes I have to go back to make sure the words that I was reading wasn't like if I'm understanding everything correctly. You know what I'm saying? There's no rush. There's no just keep reading. I understand. I'm going to get to it. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing important yet. All right? Because sometimes when I read, my brain just gets overstimulated and I miss some of the good stuff. So I have to go back to make sure. But I didn't miss nothing yet. Cool. All right? I didn't miss nothing. Just making sure. That's all I'm saying. All right? And Amram, his name has not been revealed to us yet. We only in chapter 3, guys. Slow down. All right? Amram, his name has not been revealed to us yet. Quite yet. Okay. Whatever. Moreover, he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their cry because of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. So I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up from that land to go to a good and large land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, what you mean? What you mean, but Moses said to God? That didn't sound like he was offering. That sounded like a command, brother. What you mean, but Moses said to God? What you gotta say? Huh? What you gotta say, boy? You heard what he said. Now, therefore, come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. That sounds like a command. What you talking about, boy? But Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? So he's basically like, okay, Hold on. Why you choosing me? Who am I? I ain't nobody. All right, I am nobody crazy. I just killed the man, by the way, God. You know what I'm saying? I just killed the man. I'm sure you know. I just killed him. I just killed one of them. So who am I? Why me? Basically, what he's saying. He's basically saying why me? Why me? Who am I? You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody. But he said, but Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? So he said, I will certainly be with you, and this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. Then Moses said to God, indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, the God of your fathers have sent me to you, and they say to me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? And God says to Moses, I am who I am. For real, I am who I am. What you mean? I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What you mean, B? What you mean? I am who I am. You know who I am, boy. I am. Daddy, I am. See, God was walking around Pete. He walked around like, and what should I say and what should I say to them when I go down and bring them up? Who should I say sent him? I am who I am. Daddy, I am who I am. Boy, now do what I said and stop acting so unqualified. Because I chose you for a reason. Now stop asking, oh, why me? Why me? I just did this, and my past is this. He not worried about none of that, B. He not worried about who you was before he met you, B. He trying to build you into the person that he wants you to be. All that past and all that, who am I? Why me? None of that matters. Get me. None of your past matters. Doesn't matter who you were, who you used to be, what you used to do. When God tells you to do something, he comes to you, you better listen. Because he ain't going to tell you too many times, B. Daddy. All right? None of us. If that's the case, none of us are qualified. Because we're all sinners. We're all bad. Just because you killed the man, don't mean, you know what I'm saying? All sin is bad. So none of us is really qualified. You know what I'm saying? But God qualifies us. He makes us qualified. Get me. It don't matter what you used to do, B. When God tell you, get your butt up, let's go to work. You get your butt up and go to work. No matter if you kill people, no matter if you used to do drugs, no matter if you a bad dad, no matter if you a bad Christian, no matter if you did this and you cheating it don't matter. It don't matter. All right? If God chose you, then go about your business. Stop worrying about, oh, but God, but I used to. It don't matter. It don't matter, boy. He called anybody. He called me. You think I'm cool? You think I'm qualified? Heck no. You think your pastor qualified? Heck no. You think your mama qualified? Heck, you think your dad? Heck no. We none of us qualified if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at. I am. Then Moses said to God, indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, the God of your fathers have sent me to you, and they say to me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? And God said to Moses, I am who I am. P. Aura. Y'all want to talk about aura? Y'all want to talk about some real aura? I am who I am. And he said, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am has sent me to you. Dang! That's tough. He talk about you go ahead and tell them I am sent you. Dad, hey, I am sent you, B. I am. Because he is. He is. He is. He am, chat. He am. He am. Daddy. He am. He everything. He everything, bro. I am. That's literally, that's aura, bro. I don't even want to read no more. I quit. That's aura. I am. I am. Pete, that's a cold nickname. Ain't no nickname as cold as I am. Like, come on, B. I am. That's P. He am, chat. He am. What you want me to say? He am. He is, B. Come on. Dog said, and God says to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am has sent me. Now, I'm guessing this is before he became Jesus. Before Jesus was Jesus, he am, chat. You get me? Before Jesus became Jesus, he was. You get me? This way back in the day. Before Jesus came down and whoop-de-whoop, he was. He was, chat. He already was. So Jesus been around forever. Not just BC or AD. He am. What you talking about BC and AD? It ain't no BC and AD. I am. That ain't. Before Christ. What you mean before Christ? Thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am has sent you. What you mean BC? Ain't no before. I am. He am. He am, chat. I ain't. He am. All right. Moreover, God said to Moses, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial to all generations. So God goes by many things. He goes by I am. He goes by God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob. So far, that's what they call him. He go by God, I am, God of Jacob, God of Isaac, God of Abraham. You get me? All right? That's what he's going by so far. All right? Go and gather the elders of Israel together and say to them, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared to me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen what is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of affliction, up out of the affliction of Egypt to the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, to a land flowing with milk and honey. Then they will heed your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Israel, to the king of Egypt, and you shall say to him, the Lord God of the Hebrews has met with us, and now, please, let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. But I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go. No, not even by a mighty hand. So I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in its midst. Come on, B! He said, listen, you gonna go there, you gonna talk to this man, and he ain't gonna do anything you got to see. He not gonna do nothing. Because who are you? Because he's not a believer. You know what I'm saying? He's not about to be like, okay, bet, go ahead, y'all can leave. All right? No. So I'm gonna go handle the stuff that y'all can't handle. You go and control the stuff you can control, and the stuff that you can't, I got it. Step aside. Step aside. I'll handle them. There they. You hear me though, chat? You hear me? Is you hearing me though? Is you hearing me though? Huh? You hear me, chat? So control the stuff that you can control, And all the other things that is out of your control, like the overthinking that you've been thinking about, the what ifs, the dang, what happens if, let him control that, and you focus on the stuff that you can focus on, right? So you go up there, you tell him what I told you to say. He ain't gonna listen, but I'm gonna handle it, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in its midst. And after that, he will let you go. Get me? And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, and it shall be when you go that you shall not go empty-handed. But every woman shall ask of her neighbor, namely of her who dwells near her house, articles of silver, articles of gold, and clothing, and you shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, so you shall plunder the Egyptians. Get me? All right. Then Moses answered and said, but suppose they will not listen. Listen. See, Moses, he don't listen, do he? Huh? Moses don't listen, do he? He always starting a conversation with but. If I just told you I am, why you keep saying but? Why you keep saying what if? I just told you control the stuff you can control, and I'm going to handle the stuff that's out of your control. I got this. And then you're going to go ahead and say, but suppose. Stop second guessing, chat. What are you talking about? Stop second guessing. Do as you're told. Ain't no but suppose. But suppose. But suppose they will not believe me or listen to my voice. Suppose they say the Lord has not appeared to you. So the Lord said to him, what is that in your hand? He said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from it. All right. Okay, hold on. The Lord, okay. So the Lord said to him, what is that in your hand? So he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, a snake. You know what else is a serpent? The devil. All right. And Moses fled from it. Then the Lord said to Moses, reach out your hand and take it by the tail. And he reached out his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has appeared to you. Furthermore, the Lord said to him, now put your hand in your bosom. That mean your booty. Put your hands in your pants. What's a bosom? What's a bosom, chat? Your butt cheeks? Your booty cheek? Your bosom. He got him digging in his butt. Your chest? Oh, your boobies. Now put your hand in your bosom. Okay, put your hand in your chest again. So he put his hand in his bosom again and drew it out of his bosom, and behold, it was restored like his other flesh. Then it will be, if they do not believe you nor heed the message of the first sign, that they may believe the message of the latter sign. And it shall be, if they do not believe even these two signs, or listen to your voice, that you shall take water from the river and pour it on dry land. The water which you take from the river, will become blood on the dry land. So he giving him all type of powers right now. He just turned his rod to a snake, and then grabbed the snake, and it became back a rod, and then he put it in his chest, and then he took it out, and behold, his hand was leprous like snow. Did I miss that? Oh, chat, hold on. I missed the whole piece. Hold on. My bad. I missed the whole verse. Hold on. I skipped right over that one. Let's go back. Exodus chapter 4, verse 4. Then the Lord said to Moses, reach out your hand and take it. Well, let's just go back to chapter 4. Then Moses answered and said, but suppose they will not believe me or listen to my voice. Suppose they say, the Lord has not appeared to you. So the Lord said to him, what is that in your hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled from it. Then the Lord said to Moses, reach out your hand and take it by the tail, that they may believe that the Lord their God, the Lord God of their fathers, and oh my gosh. Well, it says, reach out your hand and take it by the tail. And he reached out of his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has appeared to you. Furthermore, the Lord said to him, now put your hand in your bosom. And he put his hand in his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous like snow. What is lepros? Lepros. It turned white. God is to convince Moses. I know. I see. So he can stop second guessing what he got going on. Because it was Moses who really didn't believe. That's the problem. It was Moses who really didn't believe. Now that's where he got all these, but suppose, or but this, or what if they, it's because he didn't truly believe. So God was like, all right, bro, since you're going to keep second guessing me, you're going to keep questioning what I got going on, take this rod, throw it on the ground. All right, I'm going to show you. So you can stop asking me questions, because I told you already, I am who I am, and I am. So tell them when you get down there, tell them I am sent you. All right, and you go, oh, okay, but what if suppose they don't believe me? What if suppose they don't believe me? All right, because I really don't even believe me. Because if I was them, I wouldn't believe me. Because who is you? Who is you? You ain't showed me nothing. You ain't did nothing for me. I just killed the man, and you just came out the bush. The bush was you on fire. You in the bush, but the bush not on fire. So I'm confused. All right. I don't know what type of magician or magic you got going on, this, that, and the third, but I'm a little confused here, brother. So he said, the Lord said to him, all right, bet, watch this. You see what you got in your hand? What is it? I got a rod. I got some glasses in my hand. Right? I got some glasses in my hand. He said, all right, bet, throw it on the ground. I mean, okay. I throw it on the ground, and then it starts slithering around. It starts slithering. Bro, imagine you got a lighter in your hand. And God was like, throw it on the ground. You threw it on the ground and it became a bug, like a roach. Like, bro, what you mean? And then he fled from it, right? Then the Lord said to Moses, all right, bet. Now, reach out your hand and take it by the tail. So the thing that you're afraid of, go get it. Go grab it by the tail, right? And he reached out of his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. That they may believe that the Lord, God of their fathers, has appeared to you. Furthermore, all right, if that don't work, all right, just in case me turning what you had in your hand into a snake isn't good enough for you, all right, if that's not going to make you a believer, that's not going to make you understand who I am, let me give you another test, all right? Now put your hand in your bosom. And he put his hand in his bosom, and when he took it out, his hand was white like snow. And he said, put it back in your bosom again, okay? And so he put his hand in his bosom again and drew it out of his bosom, and behold, it would restore like his other flesh. He's like, I can do whatever. I put your hand in, make it white. Put it back in, turn it back. All right? I make it drop this, turn it to a snake. I make it pick it up, and you turn it back to a normal, right? Then he said, then it will be, if they do not believe you nor heed the message of the first sign, that they may believe the message of the latter sign. And it shall be, if they do not believe even these two signs, listen to your voice, that you shall take water from the river and pour it on the dry land, and the water which you take from the river will become blood on the dry land. Then Moses said to the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. So he's still like, God, I am not good enough. I can't barely talk. I can't barely do this. Listen, if like, come on, God, I'm not the one. All right, I can't do this. I can't do this because I can barely talk. I can barely speak. I talk too slow. People can't even understand me hardly. So the Lord said to him, who has made man's mouth? Who has made man's mouth? Or who makes the mute, the deaf, the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall say. But he said, this dude here, Moses, you pissing me off. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Now, if I was God, I would have slapped the crazy. I would have slapped you. I'm just keep it a buck, right? But that's the old me. I would have just slapped you, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm just keep it a buck. But he said, "Oh my Lord, please send by the hand of whomever else you may send." So the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. So he pissed off. He pissed off. He pissed off. He's like, all right, dog, listen. And he said, is not Aaron the Levite, your brother? I know that he can speak well. And look, he is also coming out to meet you. When he sees you, he will be glad in his heart. Now you shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will be your mouth, and with his mouth I will teach. Now you shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth and with his mouth, and I will teach you what you shall do. So he shall be your spokesman to the people, and he himself shall be as a mouth for you, and you shall be to him as God. So basically he's like, listen, I'm going to tell you what to say, and because you can't speak, you tell him what to say. All right? So basically, he's going to be getting everything from you but from me. All right? We're going to just do this all together. All right? Since you want to keep on complaining, you want to keep coming up with excuses, bet. I'm taking all your excuses away. I'm going to talk for you, through you, to him, and he going to talk for us both. All right? Since you want to keep playing around, messing around, you pissing me off. All right? So listen, you can't talk? Cool. I'm going to be your mouth. I'm going to take it. I'm going to speak through you to him, and he's going to speak through him from us. You get what I'm saying? All right. And you shall take this rod in your hand with which you shall do the signs. Right? So while he's talking, throw the rod. Let it become a serpent. Pick it up. Grab it back. Put your hand in your titty. Take it out. It's white. Put it back in your titty. Take it out. It's normal. All right? If that don't work, go grab the water from the sea, put it on dry land, and then it's going to turn to blood. All right? Shout out Kato Chai with that sub. Meaning no excuses. He tried to give every excuse to not heed to God's call. But God said, bet, I got a solution. Exactly. Because no matter what you got going on, this ain't your book, bruh. This ain't your book, bruh. What up, Zion? This ain't your book. So no matter how many excuses you got, my will be done regardless. So we gonna make them excuses and we gonna turn them around and we gonna get through what I gotta get through. All right? Because it ain't your book. I'm just using you because I want, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a plan. All right? So not even you can disrupt God's plan for your life. Not even you can disrupt God's plan for your life. No matter how many excuses you got, no matter how unworthy you think you are, don't matter. Because what God says will be done. Get me. So it don't matter. Shout out Agent Diaz with that prime sub. All right. Now, so Moses went and returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said to him, please let me go and return to my brethren who are in Egypt and see whether they are still alive. And Jethro said to Moses, go in peace. Now the Lord said to Moses in Midian, go return to Egypt, for all the men who sought your life are dead. Then Moses took his wife and his sons and set them on a donkey And he returned to the land of Egypt, and Moses took the rod of God in his hand. And the Lord said to Moses, when you go back to Egypt, see that you do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in your hand. But I will harden his heart so that he will not let the people go. Then you shall say to Pharaoh, thus says the Lord, Israel is my son, my firstborn. So I say to you, let my son go that he may serve me. But if you refuse to let him go, indeed, I will kill your son, your firstborn. Bad. And it came to pass on the way at the encampment that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at Moses' feet and said, surely you are a husband of blood to me. So he let him go. Then she said, you are a husband of blood because of the circumcision. And the Lord said to Aaron, go into the wilderness to meet Moses. So he went and met him at the mountain, on the mountain of God, and kissed him. So Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord. Aaron, that's his brother. His wife saved him from God. His wife saved him from God. Oh, it's see, I was a little confused there. See when I tell y'all, like sometimes when I be reading, I only be hearing words. I don't even be knowing what the heck I'm talking about. So Zipporah is his wife. Is Pharaoh's wife. Right? Is Zipporah Pharaoh's wife? Mother? Yes. Okay. Okay, let me reread this because I was a little confused. And the Lord said to Moses, when you go back to Egypt, see that you do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in your hand, but I will harden his heart so that he will not let the people go. So God was like, listen, you go do what I told you to do, but he's still not gonna do it regardless. So I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna get him gone, basically. All right. So there's nothing standing in your way. Right? I'm gonna get him gone. Don't even trip. Just go do what I told you to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a harden his heart. And I ain't gonna let him go. Then you shall say to Pharaoh, thus says the Lord, Israel is my son, my firstborn. So I say to you, let my son go, that he may serve me. But if you refuse to let him go, indeed, I will kill your son, your firstborn. So God's like, listen, tell Pharaoh. So this is Moses. This is Moses telling Pharaoh. Moses is talking to Pharaoh right now, but it's really God talking through Moses to Pharaoh. Like he told him what he was going to do. So basically Moses is like, listen, Israel's my son. God said Israel is his son. He's his firstborn. So I say to you, let my son go that he may serve me. Let my son go. You know what I'm saying? That he may serve me. But if you refuse to let him go, indeed, I will kill your son, your firstborn. And it came to pass on the way at the encampment that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son. Oh. So Zipporah, while God was on the way to kill the Pharaoh's firstborn, Zipporah circumcised him so that the covenant lies within him as well. Because y'all know, remember the first covenant with God and Abraham, and God told him, if you make all your men get circumcised, then everybody who's circumcised, my covenant will last with them, and my promise will last with them. Right? So Zipporah cut his foreskin off. Right? And cast it at Moses' feet and said, surely you are a husband of blood to me. Surely you are a husband of blood to me. So he let him go. Then she said, you are a husband of blood because of the circumcision. And the Lord said to Aaron, go into the wilderness to meet Moses. So he went and met him on the mountain of God and kissed him. So Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord who had sent him and all the signs which he had commanded him. Then Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel, and Aaron spoke all the words which the Lord had spoken to Moses. Then he did the signs in the sight of the people, so the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the children of Israel, and that he had looked on their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshiped. Moses had failed to circumcise his son, which was required under God's covenant with Abraham. Right. God confronted Moses with death. Zipporah immediately acted. Oh, wait. God confronted Moses with death? So God was finna come kill Moses? Wait, God was finna go kill Moses' son. Zipporah immediately acted. She circumcised her son herself. Dang! Shout out Michi with the 10 gifted! W Michi in the chat! Appreciate that, man. W10, big dog. Ooh! 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 This is not smoke. This is an energy diffuser. It's an energy diffuser, brother. All right? I'm not vaping, and I'm not smoking weed. It's an energy diffuser. It's filled with vitamins, B12, guarana, and peppermint and green tea. All right? It's an energy booster. So I can get through this word for y'all. I know it may look like some bad stuff, but it's not, man. Shout out Meech in the chat, man. I appreciate that. Shout out TT in the chat, bruh. TT just pulled up and got me a notebook because I told her I needed a notebook so I can write the stuff that I need to write, and I ain't got no space in my Bible. So she went ahead and got me a notebook, got me some highlighters, and some Post-it notes. B! WTT! W Meets in the chat, man. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, man. We trying, man. We trying. Every day. Every day. Ooh, nice. What color should I use, chat? I'm gonna go yellow. I'm gonna go OG colors. Oh, bad! WTT, bro. What the heck? Appreciate that. All right, so now what should I highlight, chat? What should I highlight? Ooh, let me think. Ooh, let me think. What should I highlight? What should I highlight? Ooh. And now I can write like, okay, bet. Now I can write like Exodus chapter, boom, verse, boom, and then highlight it, and then write what that means. Get me. Obed! WTT, highlight what stands out. So you can go back and study. Now, facts. All right. So you're telling me, Mom, that, so I'm confused right here, right? So it says, and the Lord said to Moses, when you go back to Egypt, see that you do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in your hand, but I will harden his heart so that he will not let the people go. Right? Then you shall say to Pharaoh, thus says the Lord, Israel is my son, my firstborn. So I say to you, let my son go that he may serve me. But if you refuse to let him go, indeed I will kill your son, your firstborn. So who is Pharaoh's firstborn? Huh? Wait, so who is Pharaoh's firstborn that the Lord said he was going to murk him down? It was Moses' son?